And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin live stream. Did that even make sense? Was that even proper grammar? I don't think so. But anyways, tell me, guys, can you guys hear me? Is the volume okay? Is the music all right? I also have Sean next to me. Sean is going to be doing a voice check, a mic check. Sean, let's hear that beautiful voice of yours.
Good morning, everyone. Let us know if there's an echo too, eh, guys? And if you haven't yet, follow me on Twitter.
And if you haven't yet, don't forget to smash that like button. I messed up today. While setting everything up, I forgot to share the link on the Discord chat. My bad. So we'll give it 2 minutes before we begin.
I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers on Twitter. And I feel really bad about not having at least 1,000 followers. It just feels bad, man. It feels bad.
How much do you have right now, Sean?
I think around 500. So we have some ways to go.
Go follow Sean. Show Mr. Mango some love. Why don't you go ahead and post your Twitter handle?
It's right there on the screen. That's kind of what reminds me.
Okay, there we go.
Because I'm looking at you lead the stream and seeing my Twitter handle there. I'm like, oh, might as well use that.
Let's use Krisha. What I'm going to do is, Sean, I'm going to switch on over to...
Julian knows what's up.
Okay, Sean,
it's always morning around here.
Exactly.
Right? You can't say evening. You get banned, Scott.
All right, ready to show your 1,000 gigawatt smile?
No. Hold up. I need to check my hair. Could you do the thingy where I can see like a preview before you go live? Do you know how to do that?
No.
Okay, never mind.
He's asking me for mirror on the wall.
Let's go. Just do it. My hair's gonna look better than yours anyway. So as long as you're in front of the camera, relatively, my hair's gonna look better.
Okay, are we ready? Sean, ready to smile?
I'm ready to smile.
In 3, 2,
smiling.
1. Say hello. How's it going, you guys?
Good morning, everyone. I'll do the routine in a bit, but I gotta tell you guys a story about the story of my mom telling everyone the story of me always smiling as a kid, no matter what. Always got into trouble at school too, and I was always smiling, so the teachers could never be mad at me. And to this day, my mom tells everyone how I was always smiling as a kid. What's wrong?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
To you. What's wrong?
And Krisha, I think the first thing she told you too when you met her for the first time was Sean's always smiling, and then she loved Krisha's smile, which is why she instantly fell in love with Krisha too. And by the way, my mom is really protective about me and my brother, because pretty much single mom, and she didn't like my brother's girlfriend, but she loves Krisha. So yeah.
Win brownie points for the smile. What we're gonna do is, can you guys see Sean? I think you can see Sean properly. Let us know if there is any echo, if there's anything right now, so we can fix it before we jump into the juice of this analysis. Going to adjusting. Okay, dokes. Okay, let's see who's in here. Patrick is in here. Patrick, good morning. Perps is in here. Morning to you, man. Julian, Terry, Easy Shoda is in here. Scott, Killer XY Phone. Am I saying that right? Sometimes, I find it very hard to like pair things together. Sean is in here. Hello, Sean.
Hello.
Okay, Bonnie Matthews, what's up? Dominic, Delvinder Singh is in here. How's it going? Bye, Mock. Where's Mock going? I have a thingy to work on, so just popping in to say hi and bye. Disappointing. Tis. No, I'm kidding. Do your thing, man. Go do your thing. What else? Who else is in here?
Hit the likes.
Hit the likes and tell us if the mic is all right. Tell us if there's no echo, right? Because that seemed to be an issue. Sound is good. No music, though. No music? There is music. Oh, it's just really soft. How about now? Let me know. It's like instrumental stuff that we have playing.
So what do you guys think, by the way, up or down from here? Everyone, before we start the stream, before we start the analysis, I want to know what you guys think. Let us know right away in the chat, up or down, up or down, up or down. Let's go.
Can I vote?
Yeah, you can vote.
Okay, Mango Macro and Crypto, guys. It's me here.
Melanie says down, Killer says up, Shorter says up. Julian wants to go the complicated route. He's not. He's copping out. He doesn't want to make a decisive decision. He's like, first take out the daily 21 EMA is usually. Oh, okay. Never mind. He's asking a question, but the question is today. What do we do? Okay, so let's make this an exercise. If you guys are interested in trading options, we can slowly kinda transition into it by asking you guys questions that matter. Let's say you guys have to make a call, okay, for today, okay. Your option is expiring by end of day, so you have to make a call as to whether we close above what's pricing at right now. I think around
31,600.
So let's say we close. You have to make a call as to whether or not Bitcoin closes above 34,000 today. Okay, let's keep it simple. 34,000. If you guys can make that kind of decision, right? That's a tradable opportunity where you guys can collect premium by the end of the day. You can literally sell a call against 34,000, and if Bitcoin doesn't close about 34,000 by the end of the day, you make money, right? That's the power of options. You can always make money no matter what the market is doing. In fact, I have put on some options trades myself on this monthly open. Very, very simple trade that allows me to pocket $1,500 per Bitcoin that I've sold within 2 weeks, right? So I sold bi-weekly calls and puts, and I literally get to do nothing. And if Bitcoin doesn't do anything special, I just collect premium. I collect like a good 1.5 grand, right? That's good money, man, especially when you move away from North America and you move to this side of the world. That runs
Yeah.
you some good stretch of your year. So I'm going to try to teach you guys options slowly and surely as we go. Very, very simple things, nothing complicated, nothing fancy. But I want you guys to start thinking those terms. So what do you guys think? Do we close above 34,000 by the end of the day? Turn the music down slightly.
I just did.
Okay, awesome,
It should be better now. It's gonna take a couple seconds to reflect, of course.
We are on the east side of the world. We moved from Canada a few years ago, man.
Away from the cold.
Okay, so Melanie says nope. We do not close. She's essentially saying we don't close about 34,000 by end of day. What about you, Krisha? 34,000? What are your thoughts?
No, not 34.
Okay, what about end of week? Okay, let's say you guys you guys can trade across the calendar. Okay, you guys get to trade the weekly options as well as the daily options. Now you guys can think through those terms. Would you guys bet? It's easy to make that trade, right? Saying, hey, you know what, Bitcoin won't close about 34,000 by end of day. But if I say, hey, what about Bitcoin closing about 34,000 by end of week, right? Let's say I ask that question. Now suddenly you're like, wait a minute, Bitcoin's volatile. It could do that, right? So now you guys begin to understand what options is really about. It's about betting against volatility within a time frame. That's what options are really about,
It's
guys.
well put. Yeah,
Right.
I think that's very succinct.
Yeah.
Sort of summarizes options.
Yeah. So would you be willing to take that bet if I say, hey, if you think Bitcoin is not closing within 34,000, if you think Bitcoin's closing underneath 34,000 by the end of the week, go take the trade.
Yeah.
Go collect that premium by the end of the week, right? That's what the market's betting on constantly.
I would bet on that. Like if that was the option, if I had the option to put on that trade, probably do. That's a trade I would take.
Yeah.
End of the week, 34K, I'm willing to take that one. I could lose, of course, just because I'm typing from Mango Macro and Crypto. I mean, it's just about risk management ultimately. And I feel like that's the thing with options. You get to really fine tune your trade based on your risk parameters. Like the fine tuning that you can do is a lot more than what you'd get with just trading futures.
But don't you lose value as price moves closer? No, you don't. Once you collect the premium, you collect premium, period. You get the premium within you, as in like within your account, and it's yours. I'll try to explain in more detail in a separate video. The only time you lose is if price actually closes above, right? Now, another way to ask that question is you could have sold it for a higher premium as price gets closer. Right? So if price gets closer, you could have sold it for a higher premium, and you would have got more premium if you waited.
So are you ready to jump on? Are we ready to begin?
Yeah. Before we begin, we just opened up a brand new month, and the Mango 21 under 21.
Okay. Yes. So we have this thing. I mean, it's been like I think we propped it up last week, but there is now. We decided that we want to keep this very education focused, considering that we're still technically in a bear market. And Sean and I personally, this is where at least I learned during the bear market phase, right? And this sort of set me up for the next bull run. So we want to keep this education focused. And for that purpose, we have actually put out a discount on the Mango Seed program. So I believe the coupon code is what is it again? Mango 21 is the coupon code.
So essentially the idea, no, it's not. It's 21 under 21.
21 under 21.
Yeah, so it's essentially the idea over here is, and we're going to do this for the rest of all time, okay? The idea is as long as Bitcoin is underneath the 21 EMA, you will have a 21% discount on Mango C program, etc., right? And we've not activated for the dashboard just yet. But the idea is the bear market is where we want you guys to be studying and learning, because in the bull market, you don't really need to study anything, right? This is the time to be really learning, where you can learn. So we're going to run this for all time, essentially. That's the idea, at least. Every time Bitcoin is underneath the 21 EMA, right? The monthly 21 EMA, not the daily, the monthly 21 EMA, you guys will have a 21% discount. So I like this idea a lot. I really like this idea. So the code is 21 under 21. So there's no time limit. It's just based on, well, actually, if Bitcoin bounces, like, for example, during COVID, you guys got like maybe a few weeks underneath the 21 EMA. Right? This time I don't know. Maybe. What do you think? We can start actually on this note, Krisha. The monthly just closed. Do you think we close the next month about 21? So if the next month, by the way, closes above the 21 EMA, the code is over, right? Like, you guys no longer have access to the code. This is how we're going to keep it, right? Keep it very simple. Gamify it a bit.
Do I think it's going to close over the 21? No. Do I think you mean basically this month? We're in a brand new month of June. Does this month close over the monthly 21 EMA? My personal opinion is no. I think we maybe sort of test it. But the close, I don't think so.
You should switch to the charts, Krisha.
Let's go. Let's do that. And do I have it? Did I get it? Yes. Okay. Alrighty. So now this is Bitcoin on, well, the monthly time frame. So we, opened a brand new month of June. Happy June to each and every one of you. So Sean, Bitcoin on the monthly is actually looking, I sort of like the picture. Okay. Now this is predominantly because of this. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the wick. Okay. I want you guys to look at how aggressive this wick was on the monthly time frame. Now, this was a good 25%, almost a 25% wick, all right, just in the month of May. So now we've started on a good note. Additionally, what I really, really like about this picture is that red box territory that I have been harping on about now for, weeks on end, right? This was one of that key level. This was the key level that I was talking about yesterday. I said, hey, if Bitcoin manages to close a monthly candle over this region at around 31.5K, which we did. I believe we closed at around 31.7K. We closed that candle. I'm saying that there is a good chance that we've entered like this brand new sort of zone of price action, especially on the lower time frames. But the zone that I'm looking at right now is 31.4K going up to 35.2K. So, but right now I think support, okay, is 31.4K, basically the red box territory. So Sean, I'm actually looking at price to oscillate in this range. I'm looking at the next move to be a bullish move towards $35,000. right?
So
that's gonna be the test.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So what do you think, by the way? Do we see a rejection over there? I've put on a trade that really reflects that. I've essentially sold calls at 35,000, 36,000, and I've bought sold puts at 25,000. So I'm essentially trading that range for the next 2 weeks.
That's pretty cool.
So I think we get a rejection over there.
Yeah.
On at least within the next 2 weeks. I'm hoping that we don't break into it, and then maybe after that, looking to, because this is the weekly cloud, the bottom of the weekly cloud. That's essentially what I'm trading, by the way. I've taken the weekly tank and the weekly cloud as my levels.
What do you guys think? Do we get rejected? Okay, so first off, at least we're looking, if price actually moves to the upside, do you think we get rejected at 35K, or do we break 35K? Now, I'm asking people this question predominantly because I'm noticing something, especially in crypto Twitter, just social, the social signatures, and it's reminding me much of the last bear market, wherein a lot of people are swinging terribly bearish. I mean, can we actually go to Crypto Fear and Greed, if you don't mind?
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and check that out. I believe that's...
So Philippe says rejection, of course, and Bonnie Matthews asks, could you elaborate on how you conclude an up move to 35K? So she's playing the ranges over here, Bonnie. Because we closed, if you've been following our videos over the past few days, right, and it's really important that you guys keep up with the videos, by the way, because that's how you really learn. It's always stepwise, right? It's if this then that. Because the monthly closed above her zone, she is now trading from a level that flipped from resistance, which was her zone, right? Her zone was resistance. Now it's flipped into support, right? Because the monthly closed above it, and now she's trading towards the upside, right? Now, if the next month closes underneath, she'll trade towards the downside. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. So yeah, it does line up with what I'm looking at too.
And you'll find, so anyways, I don't want to go off on a, so there's so much that you can actually sort of, there's so much information that you can draw from to come to these sort of conclusions. But I want you guys to look at Crypto Fear and Greed. Now, this is more of a sentiment sort of index, right? Now, we're pulling it out from the Crypto Fear and Greed, but this is it right on top of my screen, the last sort of column right here, FGI, which is Fear and Greed Index, right? If I just hover on it, Fear and Greed Index, first off, is sitting at extreme fear. It's sitting at extreme fear, sitting at 16. It's ticked up a bit, yes, but that doesn't change the entire picture of the sentiment, which is still fear. Just yesterday, in fact, when we had posted a bunch of altcoin videos, basically what we had extracted from the live stream, I noticed that people, at least in the comment section, and even some of the other comments that have been getting crypto Twitter, I'm noticing that the social thing is that, okay, this is going to be that dead cat bounce, and it's going to fail. We're still in a bear market, which we are. The structure still screams bear market. However, everyone is looking for rejection, and not just a rejection. People are looking for a hard rejection, and rejection down to 22K. So basically reject at the 35K region, pull back down to 22K. They're looking for deeper sort of pullbacks. Of course, we can get it, but I want you to notice where much the popular sentiment is swinging towards. Okay, that is the popular sentiment. Now, if there's anything that the past has taught me, it's the fact that be careful. When popular sentiment swings on one end of the spectrum, you need to ask yourself, okay, I'm swinging with them, cool. However, do I have a plan if things actually go against me? Do I have a plan if Bitcoin decides that, hey, you know what? I think this bear market is done. If the fundamental landscape of things in terms of the Fed and what they're doing with the money supply, if things change, if that dynamic changes, are you prepared for the upside? What is your plan for the upside? What if Bitcoin actually claims the Kijun as well as the 21 EMA? What's your plan then? Right? Do you have a plan for that? So I suggest this. I'm like, yeah, even personally, guys, yeah, I am expecting rejection at around that 35K region. But I have a plan if things actually start looking good from here. And I urge you guys to have that plan, because if there was one thing that I noticed in the last bear market that people really got caught off guard on, it was this. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, this was the last bear market, Sean. Last bear market. How many people were left out of the market for this entire run?
Oh, many.
A lot. And do you know why they were left out? Guys, this was not an ordinary run by Bitcoin, okay? Like, even if I just take it here on the break, we don't have to take it at 3K, okay? And take it on the close. That was 167% that people just got left out on.
That's
Right? That's because they were not ready for the other side of the trade. Everyone was swinging so freaking bearish that they were not ready for this. So it's very important that you have this too. You have a plan in case this happens.
Yep, completely agree. Another really good example was when we turned bearish on the COVID dump, right?
Yeah.
We could use the 4-day as an example because that's what we were trading back then. Let's turn on your Ichimoku. It's already there. But let's go back to Jesus Christ. So far away. But if you guys do remember, if you guys were watching us, this entire juncture over here, right? Do you have your 10 SMA, Krisha? I think it's this one.
It's on right now.
Okay, so the 200 moving
Yeah,
average, the
200.
10 SMA, etc. This entire juncture over here was our risk management point, essentially our line in the sand, and that, hey, bearish or not, no matter how shitty the world looks right now, if price closes above this juncture over here, we are getting our Bitcoin back because we hedged a significant portion of our Bitcoin to avoid, well, catastrophe, right? We once we start coming into this area over here, 6.6K, 7.1K, I started hedging all our Bitcoin, looking for further downside, right? Because in case we get rejected over here, I do not want to get caught. It would be financially at that point devastating, right? But we closed above, and if I'd stayed stubborn on my short positions, I would have missed this entire run, okay? So I closed out we unhedged everything, right? Krisha was a lot quicker than me in switching long. She went long way before I did. And I started going long closer to this. You went long here, right? On this dip, I believe? Yeah, you went long here. And I went long somewhere around here. And then, like, what I'm trying to say over here is, guys, you need to have a plan on when you are wrong on your conviction trades as well. Because we were convicted. Selling Bitcoin, right, for me and Krisha is not something easy to do. We need to be convinced that, okay, you know what, we need to start hedging over here. But even as convinced as we are, that could lead to being stubborn when things go the other way, right? So we lost some Bitcoin over here, right? But think about how much we could have lost if we stayed stubborn. So just guard against all scenarios is what Krisha's trying to say.
Yeah. This.
Okay, Krisha, I think we should go through the so somebody mentioned the stochastics, right, on the oscillators. No, sorry.
40.
Someone mentioned the oscillators on the chat. I think we should go through the stochastics, the 4-day stochastics signal that I've been like talking about for freaking years now. Like, okay, I've been talking about this signal for years. It's like a high probability signal. And somebody posted somebody else's analysis to me saying that, hey, I think this person has copied your analysis and essentially was posting it on YouTube. But let's go through it right now and also talk about how we trade. We don't need to talk about how we traded it, but we can just go through how historically the 4-day stochastics bottoming and crossing at the bottom over here is a high probability trade.
Let's go
right?
out
And we talked about it before it bounced, by the way. Again, I wanna do some I told you so over here, kind of like brag, because when we were in this juncture, when we put in a perfect, like looked like at least a perfect
descending triangle.
Oh yeah.
Or a bear flag.
Bear flag
like,
on the 4-day.
So much going on.
This is what I had said, and this comes from experience, guys. And this is why you guys need experience in the market before you blow out your account. Usually, when the 4-day puts in this perfect bear flag that everybody's looking for, look towards your stochastics, and the stochastics are bottomed. You're gonna see this 4-day break towards the upside. Right, and that's exactly what we've seen. We've taken all the wicks, we've broken up to the upside. How do I know this? Am I an oracle? No, it's because I've gotten wrecked trading the other side. These typical patterns that is being drawn for you by the market participants to lure you into your trades. We don't get caught at that at Mango. Why? Because I've gone through all the pain for you guys. And I'm here to teach you guys how not to go through the pain I have gone through. Whatever we teach, Krisha and I, is based on the pain that we've gone through.
Yes.
Okay, not because we're geniuses. It's just pain. So that is something that you guys should keep an eye on for future occurrences. It happens all the time.
Yeah. So let's, I like this. It's going to be a fun exercise, right? So let's go ahead and mark out every time, the 4-day has
it's a
actually
high probability
crossed,
bounce.
right? So we have one here, and we got this beautiful bounce already, and this bounce.
There's more to come.
Yeah, I think at least I think there's more to come. Then we had one more bounce right here, right?
Yep.
Right, and then we got this bounce. What was this? This was a good 24%. How about here? We had one on this region.
That was the big rally we traded.
Yeah. Sean took a trade right here. 129%. Where else? When was the last time we got a bounce? We got a bounce right here.
Even the COVID thingy, by the way, COVID stochastic.
You count, yeah.
I count that because
this, yeah.
you're not seeing what it really looked like during the dump, because it was getting redrawn, right?
And yeah, that pretty much started the next sort of bull market phase, right? This was after the COVID dump, and then we had this right here.
Look at that, guys! It's a very high probability trade.
35%. So I mean, you guys get the picture. This has been a pretty high probability sort of signal on the 4-day time frame. So basically, the Stokes. All right, so keep your eyes on that if you're looking for high probability trades and you're looking to swing the other way, even if it means you're looking to trade the ranges.
Even
right?
it caught even the bottom here, by the way.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's such a good signal. Like we're giving you guys free alpha on this channel, free alpha. And what you guys are gonna find is there are gonna be new YouTubers showing up. Probably watching Mango, stealing our analysis and just marketing it better because we suck at our marketing, and repackaging it to you guys without really understanding how to trade it, right? And they've not gone through the emotions of trading it. So if you guys see that, call them out, tell them, hey, this is the Mango way. You guys can't be Mango. It's only for Sean and Krisha. Hey, Wolvie, how's it going?
Let's go on to the chat. What do you guys think about the signature? Do you like it? Anyone else, caught the 4-day Stokes? Any trades on it at the very least? Like Sean has been talking about this. You've been talking about this for years now.
I've been freaking talking about it for years.
So how many of you guys have actually caught on to this one?
And if you guys want more things, I have a lot of these, by the way. Easy alpha trades, right? I posted a really easy, simple NDX Nasdaq bounce opportunity too on the PDF. It's on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you guys haven't yet at Sean Dexter, right? I think my Twitter handle's on there. Yeah, at Sean Dexter. There we go. So follow me. I'm going to be posting more of these on Twitter for you guys. And yeah, hit the like button if you guys are liking this kind of content.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Philippe asks me, he's like, Krisha, did you become the army leader regarding your motivational tone of speaking? Guys, Philippe, I get it from Sean. When Sean speaks, like he speaks with so much passion. I'm like, I gotta live up to that. He set a bar. Ready to light this mofo up.
Okay, so that's one very high probability trade. The higher the time frame, the higher the probability, by the way. Now let's talk about the 4-hour setup that Claudia was. I'm not sure if she's here. Claudia, if you're here, go ahead and let us know in the chat. But the last time we got the signal on the 4-hour, and now again, because it's a 4-hour, it's going to happen more often, and you have more opportunities on this. But you also got to be more reactive. She spotted it, so props to her. Let's go ahead and talk about it, Krisha. The 4-hour Ichimoku setup. Well, not really Ichimoku, but it's a 200 moving average, 200 exponential.
I'm going to get rid of this.
Get rid of everything else, to be honest, but...
I should group up my drawings. You can actually group up your drawings, by the way, guys, by using the object tree. We had one of the Mongolians actually show us this JoJo. I don't know if she hangs out.
What happened to JoJo?
I don't know what happened to JoJo, but she showed us the object tree. You can sort of pair things together and make your chart super neat. Because before I used to have so many indicators, so many lines, ridiculous. Gets messy very fast.
So you want to turn on your 200 exponential and your 200 moving average.
All right.
Right. I'm not sure where.
Okay, you need the cloud right there. Let's get the moving average up and the 200 exponential moving average up, and just look at that baby. Looks good. Get rid of the green. Sweet.
Ananda, been a long while, man. How are you, bud?
How's it going? Some of the alts like Sol and ETH are going up now, BTC has said. Good analysis. Yeah. It all usually moves together. It's just like the magnitude of the move that can vary, right? And that's where the whole Bitcoin dominance chart really comes to play, because that's essentially going to tell you where is your equity best spent.
Is the volume low, guys? Could you confirm, or is it fine? Please try to check things on your end as well, guys, because if we adjust things on our end for one person, it may ruin things for the rest of the audience. Candice says fine, Philippe says fine. Okay, there we go.
Alrighty. This is actually a really good setup. I'm very excited about this. There's another, so let Sean explain his, and there's another thing that I see here.
No, you can go for it. I just explained a bunch of things.
Okay, cool. All right, so what I'm seeing here is, so there's quite a few things really playing out, right, as far as the cloud is concerned. And now this is, so now why are we looking at the 4-hour time frame? Because we want to get a good sort of understanding of what price is going to do leading up to the rest of the week, right? So first off, as far as the cloud is concerned, we finally have a green cloud. We've switched green. Price is currently living over the cloud. We have a bullish TK cross. Okay, so as far as that cloud setup is concerned, it's looking good on the lower time frames, telling us that this has a bit more oomph. Perhaps the bulls can actually take this up. However, there's a lot going on in terms of, yes, it's looking good as far as the cloud is concerned. However, I'm sure a lot of you guys see this, is that we have, hey, you guys are like, Krisha, there is overhead resistance with the 200 simple moving average as well as the 200 exponential. But what's really, really cool about this, Sean, I want you to notice the cross on the two. So now we have the 200 exponential crossing over that 200 simple moving average. That, guys, is a bullish crossover setup for Bitcoin. Okay, now I also want to see like how well has this performed. As far as I know, like the success rate of this cross has been pretty freaking amazing. If I just switch off the cloud for just a moment. By the way, guys, the cloud has turned green now ever since we actually broke down. This is the first time since we broke down that it's turned green. Actually, no. The breakdown was on 13th of April.
What you should do, Krisha, is just turn off everything else and just show them the 200 moving average and 200 exponential moving average. Each time we cross above it, right, you get at least a 10% bounce, right? I mean, not every single time, right? But it's a high probability trade. Again, very, very similar to the 4-day stochastics. You don't want to be trading it as a certainty trade. Nothing's for certain, but it's a high probability trade. And remember, trading is all about winning over a series of trades, not winning every single trade. You're not going to win every single trade. Forget about that idea. If you come to this world, the trading world, expecting to win every single time because that's what you're used to in your life, well, I have bad news for you, buddy. It's not going to happen. You gotta check your ego at the door and get ready to lose, and get ready to lose a lot. So treat these with responsibility. Okay, we're giving these to you guys on a platter. We don't usually do this, but because you guys are here during a bear market, we're going to be gifting you guys some alpha opportunities that you guys can use even in the bull market when it comes. So go ahead and show them the bounces each time, Krisha.
Yeah, so every time we get the crossovers, the purple over the red, the purple being the 200 EMA, the red being the 200 simple moving average, I want you to just go back. Now, we are currently on the 4-hour time frame, please note. So now we had the last bullish crossover right here, right? What did Bitcoin do on that bounce? That was a good 20% move to the upside. When was the last time we got a crossover before that? Right here, right? Once again, what was this move? A good 12% to the upside, right? We got a crossover down here as well, but I want you to see what's happened. Now, this also ties back to how do you play these crosses? How would I play these crosses? And now this is a good sort of, opportunity to tell you how I play it. I usually wait on the candle body closes over the cross. Okay, so I want you to notice what happened here. All right, we had only one break and then we lost the 200 exponential moving average right after, and that was a bloody bearish candle, right? That was almost like that was a bearish hammer. So as soon as we got that, we saw continuation to the downside. So usually when I play these crosses, I look for that confirmation. And when I say confirmation, I'm looking for 2 consecutive closes over that bullish crossover setup. Okay, so now we had one cross right here. We had one right here. Okay, this came in here. What was that? That was like a 22% to the upside. But you guys get the picture. These crosses have had like a really, really good sort of, it's seen good follow through so far. We had one here where we saw this consolidation. Right, so I'm just gonna mark it out, and notice how when I present this, I'm saying that as soon as it starts breaking that 200 EMA or the 200 simple moving average to the downside once again, that is an invalidation. That's why it's not always going to be 100% that way. That's why it's super, super, super important that you guys have invalidations in place when you are taking on these trades. Okay, not just these trades, any trades for that matter. Always have an invalidation point at play. That way you know when you are wrong about this. Because there can be instances, even in really, really, really good systems, where you can be wrong. Okay, and that trade can go horribly against you. So very, very important to have invalidations. But yeah, have the invalidation. For me, the invalidation would be actually breaking that 200 EMA or the 200 simple to the downside once again. All right. So yeah, that's the play here, and that's why I'm looking at this entire picture. And while we did lose, Sean, if you're looking at your at the 4-hour time frame, while we did lose the 10 simple moving average to the downside, I'm actually looking for price to take back the 10 simple moving average on this candle. Either this candle or the next 4-hour candle for it to go something like this. What are your thoughts on the 4-hour?
Yeah, I think it needs to reclaim the 4-hour 10 SMA to invalidate a potential head and shoulders breakdown on the lower time frames.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the bulls are trying for at the moment. Or if they fail, that's just going to end up being liquidity to sell into. I know it's not your perfect head and shoulders, but the psychology is very toppy over there. And right now, that's the battle being played between the bulls and the bears, right against the 200 exponential 200 moving average that you just listed out.
Yeah.
Claiming that 10 SMA on the 4-hour is going to be a win for the bulls. So that's how you want to look at it. It's a constant tug of war between the bulls and the bears. Hey, Mark is back. Mark, you missed some good setups, man.
Really so yeah, watch. I think the sign for continuation to the upside is going to be as soon as the 4-hour closes over the 10 simple moving average once again. So watch out for that. For those of you who are actually trading the ranges here, I think there is a good alpha to be had. So basically, this combined with the 4-day Stokes, I think it's a great trade.
All right, so I have another cool bullish idea that we can look for, okay, or look at rather, and I've been looking at this time frame a lot. It's the 12-hour time frame.
Let's go. Oh man.
Yeah, so you see how it's closing above your horizontals, right? So let's start like properly, okay? This is the entire setup that I'm looking at, which is one of the reasons, by the way, if you're still here, who was it who asked a move to 34,000? This lines up with that as well. I think it was Matthew. Okay, Matthew, if you're listening, see how we gather everything holistically. Let's start off with the dashboard. Okay, the first big clue was on the dashboard. We got a 4-hour long call on Bitcoin USD.
All right, let's go.
Okay, remember we were short for the longest time across all time frames. A 4-hour long call. Okay, then we got a 12-hour long call the next day, right? And now we are seeing consistent defense of the 12-hour level that Krisha has been drawn, or rather the 12 hours closing above Krisha's zone, right, which is off the weekly and the monthly time frame. So now switch back on over to the charts. Okay, we're seeing that close above, and now this is not just us randomly looking back at what price has done and saying, hey, we like it because it's doing this. No, we said initially, before the fact, we want the 12-hour to do this. We want the 12-hour to do that. That's how you trade, guys. You want something, you want price to do something, and then you look for price to do it. It gives you that confirmation, and that tells you that the market, you're in sync with the market direction. So the 12-hour did that, and we were talking about this just yesterday, but I want you to turn on the green 55 as well, Krisha. So like all of these horizontals are all very like, right? Now you're seeing the market respect key levels.
Whoa, guys, come on, let's Let's get one of those clappy emojis. This is great confluence. I mean, look, this, guys. This is great.
It is indeed.
Jesus.
So, but it's not. We shouldn't get too excited just yet, in my opinion. It's all good. It's all good. Yes, but remember the key setup is gonna be when we start seeing that Ichimoku, Tenkin, 21 EMA, and Kijun all cross in that bullish structure. We are not seeing that just yet. Okay, we are squeezing. This is why I really like this template. It tells you when to calm your emotions. Okay, because there's so many things that need to all come into confluence before you want to get too bullish.
Guys.
That being said, the trade that I've been able to put on is, hey, within the next 2 weeks, right? As long as, what is this giving me? What is this entire picture giving me? It's giving me confidence that there is a reasonable probability, good probability, that price is likely going to stay above 25,000 in the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
Right? Because it's a bullish posture, right? Things need to turn very badly for it to actually break underneath 25,000. Okay, and if so, I'll take the loss. So price will stay above 25,000. Okay, by the same time, we both came to a conclusion, Krisha, that price is likely going to get rejected at around 35,000, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I can trade that. I can trade that probability that, you know what, as long as price stays between 25 and 35, I want to make money. And that's where you can actually use options to make that money.
That's
and again,
bloody
I'll
brilliant.
try to teach you guys this slowly and surely over time.
Holy shit.
I think
that is
many
brilliant.
of you guys are actually beginning to get there because I've been talking about this for 1 year now, right? Slowly I've been introducing these concepts to you guys. We've been learning as a community. I've taught you guys concepts in regards to the bond market, how yields work, etc., etc. And now we are going to be the best community on YouTube. Right? We are going to be the most educated community on YouTube. That I can guarantee you guys. May not be the biggest community, may not be the most fancy community, but we will be the most educated community on YouTube.
Boom.
Echo, echo, echo. Apologies. Krisha, your mic. It's all Krisha's fault.
My bad. Let me try and fix it.
Are you playing around with the audio?
No, I'm
You
not,
guys stop
I'm
doing
not.
that. Don't listen to the folk who are saying, oh, it's too low. Screw them.
Okay.
They need better speakers.
Okay, that was a freaking great breakdown in terms of probability plays by Sean and how you sort of take that and really put it in what's the word I'm looking for? How do you reflect that using options trades? So guys, if you like this sort of information, Sean is going to give you more if you smash that like button. Tell him that you like it, because oftentimes he's like, I think people are bored.
Yeah,
So tell him that you guys are not bored with that kind of information. You know, in terms of how to put on these trades, how to put on these range plays.
It does. Krisha's right. It does get demotivating when we talk about these things and people just want to hear, hey, give me the call. Tell me where price is gonna go. I'm like, how's that gonna help you, man?
Julian's like, I'm loving the stream. It's Golden Nuggets Central. Sean is in the zone right now. Sean is in the zone. He's all like serious. He's like, guys. Good job, Sean.
Thank you. Is the echo still running, guys? Let us know. We don't want to continue before the echo issue is solved because we don't want you guys to have a bad experience.
Yes, sirree. Mogluda says very informative. I agree. Like this is where
Apparently there's still an echo. How
There
does it
is?
suddenly show up?
yes, echo. Yes for both.
Maybe I can fix something. Fix my side?
Alrighty.
Yeah, just make mine really low. I'll pull my mic closer to me. Let's do
Okay,
that.
cool.
How about now, guys? Is it better?
Yeah, we both are gonna talk. Krisha sounds like a movie. What? Sean is echoing.
Give it some time. I think think this may have fixed it. Okay. All right,
Okay,
cool,
better.
perfect. So what I
Yes,
think I
we're
need to
good.
do is I think I need to stay closer to the mic, right?
Pony Matthews like slight echo, but better than before. Don't move. Should fix it always. Lower the input sensitivity for the mic. Yeah, that's what I did. We're trying like a new sort of setup, so hopefully this works. That's why we're trying two mics close to each other. Might be
Philippe, your
great.
jokes
Yeah, it is.
always scare me. He's like, it's crap audio. Just joking.
I want to talk about reversal targets today. I do have one.
Reversal targets.
Yes,
that's good.
reversal targets. And of course, it's a dynamic target, so it's going to keep moving depending on the prevailing price action on the chart. And I've sort of back tested this. If, of course, there is no system that's going to be 100%, but the probability on it is pretty freaking good. And I'll just tell you where the level is coming in at. I think the more confidence I get in the system, I think I'll be able to sort of reveal it then. But right now, I guess I'll give you guys the level, the target that I'm looking at for Bitcoin to essentially take back. All right, I'm looking for Bitcoin to take this level back, to reclaim the level.
I thought one of your major levels was the zone of the monthly closer above the zone.
Of this zone?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's too little.
Okay.
It's too little, you know? It's just
Not
a
enough.
zone.
It's not enough.
It's like meh.
Okay. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Okay, let's clear the chart out. Oh, I actually have a line smacked right on it. Right now, this is where the level's at. Of course, say if Bitcoin, for instance, consolidates more on this 30K region, this 30 to 25K region, if we consolidate more, the level changes dynamically. So it really depends on the information, the price, and the volatility on the chart. But the level that I'm currently looking at, if price really picks up and we go to these crazy freaking bullish rallies, I'm looking for Bitcoin to actually take back $47,000. Actually, $46,000, my bad. $46,000 for this to really start changing. As soon as it really takes back $46,000, I'm looking for 2 consecutive weekly candle body closes over 46K. I'm saying be extremely careful in hanging on to a bearish bias. Be extremely careful then. That's when I'm going to be looking at this overall structure to start changing, the whole macro structure to start changing. And I wouldn't be surprised, Sean, if at that point we actually see the fundamental landscape, basically in terms of the Fed and those FOMC meetings that take place every month and the information that they release. I wouldn't be surprised if all of that really comes together to build a bullish narrative, not just for Bitcoin, but for all the other stocks out there, for all the other growth stocks out there. So that's the key level that I'm going to be looking at. And there's one thing about price action. You know, people usually don't understand that all of this sort of goes hand in hand. It's just that the news is going to reflect on the charts first. All right, there are going to be some insiders that know this, they understand what's happening, that momentum starts picking up. And it's on you as traders, as investors, whatever the hell you want to call yourself, whichever category that you fall under, it's up to you guys to understand that, okay, it's changing, the narrative's changing, this is what the Fed is doing, it's time to pivot. What is my plan? Right, so that is the one key level that I'm going to be looking at. It is a dynamic level, so if it changes again, I'm going to let you guys know. 46K is the number that I'm looking at right now. On the weekly.
I think so. I think that's a key level.
Yeah.
I'm just not entirely sure whether it'd be right to I wouldn't get bullish, immediately bullish.
No, so it's a 45% from where price is at right now. 45.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, price can rally, guys, to these levels and still see a pullback to continue the bear cycle. Okay, so we can see these rallies still. It's only once we really start taking back these other key levels, that's when be careful. Be careful sticking too much to the bearish narrative.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think Bitcoin closes the year above 50,000? That's going to be the big question. Remember, one of our thesis when we started off the year was that Bitcoin is likely going to close the year green, right? I think the year started off at around 50K, Krisha, 48K, 49K. We can look at the 12-month chart again.
Yes,
Just the probability of Bitcoin closing the year green is really, really high, right? Everyone should know that because, well, this chart right here. Right, so what's the monthly open?
The monthly open.
Sorry, the yearly. Apologies, the 12-month.
Okay, the 12-month open, guys, is $46,213.
So what do you guys think? Do we close green or red the year?
Confluence. There's confluence there.
What do you say?
I said there's confluence. Hey, why am I whispering? It wouldn't make sense if I'm saying it out loud.
Shh. Hidden bearish divergence, guys.
Oh my god, we should totally announce hidden bearish divergence with a whisper.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very fitting. It's hidden.
Krisha has not watched the oscillator module and seed.
I'm not a big oscillator fan. I always end up putting in too much of my biases into the oscillators, and I mess up. But Sean is extremely good at the oscillator.
Maybe if you watched the oscillator module, you'd be good
but
with it.
But this is also
too.
like a good glaring thing into...
Krisha is like, she's uncomfortable with it, so she's like, okay, I don't need it. But hey, it adds.
No, it's not that I don't need it. It's like, see, that's the beautiful part about that seed program, right? All the seedlings out there, you guys know this, is that you don't have to incorporate every single module into your system. You could understand it all, okay, and then pick a few good ones that fits your trading personality, right? Sean gives you so much freaking information in there in terms of trends, candlesticks, trading psychology. There's so much in there that you can just extrapolate from and build your own trading strategy around based on your personality, right? That's something he always advocates for. So that's essentially what I did, Sean, right? And the Ichimoku module was freaking insane. I am a pattern trader. The trend trading module was nuts, right? I understood more about patterns because of his module. And also, which was the other one? Risk management. Guys, risk management was top notch.
Yeah, they're all great modules. But Morg Luta asks for the RSI. Could you pull up the RSI?
What time frame?
On the, I think the 12-month.
12-month?
Yeah.
There's nothing on here, Mog.
No, it's loading, right? What's going on? Okay, I guess there's not enough data. There's not enough data.
Monthly?
Yeah.
I've never looked at the 12-month oscillators.
The monthly might be putting in... Nah. No longer.
Look at that. Look at that cross on the monthly.
I doubt we'll see Bitcoin close underneath 25K. So you guys think Bitcoin is going to close green, close the year green, right? So picture that candle in your heads. I want you guys to all picture the 12-month candle in your heads. What is that going to look like if we close green? What is that going to look like? Would you guys be looking for the next year to close up or down if we close this year green, right? That's how you guys need to think about things and now develop a long-term perspective of how you want to trade with your spot Bitcoin. Okay, so there are ways to trade the low time frames, and we talked about the 4-hour trading strategy. We talked about even the 4-day trading strategy, which would be considered a lower time frame compared to your 12-month spot buys. But you guys need to put all of these into perspective and understand that your time frame matters. Okay, a bullish hammer, yeah, it's going to look like a bullish hammer indeed, but naming these candlesticks does little. The psychology of how you trade it based on what the psychology of the participants painting the candle is what's important, right? You can just understand that, hey, wait a minute, price wasn't able to push down even after taking out, I think it took out the yearly low, right? Yeah, it did take out the yearly low, yeah, right over there. Took out the yearly low. The bears took out the yearly low, and then still the bulls closed the candle green. That is a loss for me in the books of the bears, right? The bears are gonna like notch that down as a loss because each time, the last time we did that, by the way, I marked this out for you guys. Let me just go ahead and do this. It was right over here, right? We took out the low, closed green. We took out the prior year's low, closed green, and then off to the races. So if we do that again, I'll be expecting this kind of psychology to play out.
Have you noticed something? The bear markets usually have either a 25% pullback from the previous year's high, or a 50% pullback. At least that's what it seems.
Say it again. The bear market.
The bear market bottom is usually around 25% to 50% of the previous year's rally. Okay, just to put it into like a visual sort of thing for you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
So you're marking on the highs.
So I'm looking at I'm just taking the candle body, right? Here, let's go. Let's look at the midpoint.
That's 50%.
That's 50%.
What about the previous one?
3,571.
Why do you start from the middle? Why don't you start in order?
Oh, because it just looked like it wanted. Just like, Krisha, do me first. That's a Michael Scott moment. But here you go. All right.
You gotta take the high.
This midpoint was at 98.
You gotta take the high. You took the close.
The high. No, I'm taking the candle body.
Oh.
Yeah, the close, the open to the close.
Okay.
Reasonable,
okay.
right? Right, and let's go ahead and take that. Yeah, around good 25%. Right? Now, that was the first bear market that Bitcoin ever had. Of course, I'm grabbing onto straws right now, but it's cool to look at these sort of visual aids for Bitcoin.
It actually works, though.
Yeah. Bitcoin bear markets and the bottoms compared to the previous year's rally, right? Now in this one, like, think about this, like last year, if you look at the run from last year, if you're just looking at the candle body, like this was pretty lackluster compared to the previous bull runs that we had. This was a 60% candle. And if we have to look, even if we do like a 50% on this, where would that take Bitcoin to? That's about 36.4K. And that's why, I was looking at all of these things, and just earlier during the bear market, when things really started cooling off, I was telling, we were looking at that big bull flag. If I get on over to the weekly time frame, right? We're looking at this massive bull flag, and we're looking at, let me just draw this out for you very quickly, right? And I noticed that, and I was looking at this entire structure, I was looking at the previous rally that we had throughout the year. I said it's very, I'd be surprised if Bitcoin actually starts breaking 19, basically a 20K region, right? I think the consolidation is going to happen between the 30 and the 30K region. And I think I said, I don't think Bitcoin is going underneath 30K. Of course, I was wrong about that. We did dip below 30K, but I want to see how far the bears can really take this. I feel like there's a lot more hodling power. We had that one statistic wherein there was 66% of the hodlers of all Bitcoin that have not moved their Bitcoin. 66%. That's a freaking big number. That's a very, very big number. So you need to understand, extrapolate from these sort of information pieces when really thinking of how far this bear market can really go from here. If everyone's selling, who is buying? Let's clear out the chart. A bullish hammer. I'll do a write-up. Just noticed it printed my favorite long pattern on the yearly. I'll do a write-up of it later on the Discord. That'll be cool. It's valid on the yearly. A lot of dead Satoshis and dead wallets too. True. And a lot of huge new players enter. They cannot allow it to dump too hard at the end of the year. I'll be surprised if like big guys do end up supporting Bitcoin at certain levels. I totally see that. I totally see that. What's up, Sean? He went terribly quiet.
Oh no, I was just thinking.
You can talk to me. You can tell me more about your thoughts.
So I was just wondering, do you want to pull up this tweet from Yuri and Timo? It kind of lines up with this bear market idea. So it's on should be the last one there, right over there.
Sean, are you proud of me?
I am. I'm very proud of you.
Let's go ahead and what I'm gonna do is...
You can copy the link.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up on a different window.
Pull it up on the dashboard. It's a really interesting table. And
the Ravens are outside, guys. You know what that means.
Because we're going to be having an FOMC meeting soon, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
When is the FOMC meeting? Does anybody know? Anyone has a date? the next FOMC
Yeah, let us
meeting.
know
I
in the
really
chat.
like how now everybody knows, everyone's keeping up with the FOMC meeting. This is like post-COVID syndrome. Let's go ahead and pull up this table that Sean is talking about. This is the tweet, and it should change, and I get my transitions right. Okay, this is by Jury and Timmer. Sean, do you want to read it out?
So essentially it says, attention history buffs. Here's a list of all bear markets and serious corrections since 1871. So this is a really, really good table that we'll constantly reference over here at Mango because it's good data done for us. The median bear market takes 21 months. Now, I'm saying median, guys, not average, okay? Not average. Median. It takes 21 months and produces a 30% drawdown. Non-recession bears tend to be even shorter and shallower, declining only around 22% over 4.2 months. So far, we are down 20% in 4.5 months. Okay. Now, this is really, really interesting to me because he's not really making any conclusions here. He's giving us the data and asking us to draw conclusions on our own. And this is the kind of thing that I love here at Mango because that's what we do as well, right? We don't give you guys any hard conclusions. We tell you guys what we are doing, what we believe, and what the charts are saying in both directions, right? Even over here, he's if you guys look at the data, you guys can see that number one, there's some prints, because if you look towards the left-hand side, okay, the columns on the left-hand side are essentially your drawdowns, okay?
Right, nominal and real.
Yeah, nominal and real. So
Okay.
basically, guys, nominal essentially entails the drawdown, the drawdown from top to bottom. Real is inflation-adjusted drawdown, right? So you can see that 1929, the drawdown was 87%, right? That's huge. That's huge. Yet he's saying that the median bear market, is only 30% drawdown, right? So keep in mind that in a black swan case, right, you could go way more than 30%. Okay, way more than 30%. So that's key to note. But this is the most important part, in my opinion. Again, I think people are missing this. He says non-recession bears, because he's marked out recessions on this table and non-recession bears, non-recession markets. So if you go on the far right-hand side, Krisha, you can see the column for recessions. Do you see it? Just mark it out for everyone with your cursor.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
This
so
is-
yeah,
this
just
is,
this is
um,
yeah.
Okay,
You don't
I
need to
can't
mark
really.
it. Just
So
yeah.
anyways, you see my
Yeah.
cursor, right,
Right.
guys?
Exactly.
This is
So
it right here. The last column.
So if you take all the non-recession rows, right, the median is only 20% decline, and it lasts only 4.5 months. Now here's the question. Here's the big question you guys need to be asking yourself. Will the government, will the Fed allow the economy to go into a recession? Will the people be happy about that? And if not, are we already at a potential bottom where the Fed says, okay, you know what, inflation is likely going to come down, we're going to start trending down, blah, 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 and maybe we should start easing? Because we're beginning to start seeing that narrative show up as well.
So I'm guessing like much of the recession sort of data is, at least I would say this, it's usually you find people calling recession after the fact, right? Once people have really been hit with a recessionary sort of phase in the economy. Question is, now I want to know what your thoughts are about the question I'm about to ask. But how many of you guys think, based on the countries that you live in, how many of you guys think that we are currently in a recession? I think that's the key question here. How many of you think we're currently in a recession?
I think we've been receding for sure. People have official terms for recession. I think that they look at unemployment data, right? I think the market has definitely been receding, right? The market has been in a downturn, and the Fed started essentially their tightening narrative into a receding market for sure. Employment is still relatively high, depending on who you ask. Of course, I'm seeing a huge battle between the bulls and the bears right now, on whether the Fed wants to keep going with their tightening on the fact that employment is still good, right? That people still have high employment. So I think that's going to be the main deciding factor when people actually start losing their jobs and it's all over the news, right? I think that's when you can say that, you know what, they've gone too far.
2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. We don't find out until a month after the second quarter ends, exactly. I think USA might be in a recession already. I think so, and I feel like it's not just the USA. I think it's a lot of other countries as well. A lot of countries are feeling the squeeze, and we're seeing that in a lot of developing nations, especially with the dollar. With the way the dollar went up, the Dixie went up, the dollar strength index went up. A lot of countries actually, they got into trouble, right? They had to take certain measures to make sure that their reserves were safe, at least whatever was left of them. So a lot of them were in a pickle. Around 69 countries are currently on the brink of basically losing their dollar reserves. 69 countries across the globe, right? So there's a lot of pressure right now coming into developing nations. So you're seeing all of that. So I think recession has already started in a bunch of countries out there. America also is, I think, edging towards a recession. Canada, Sean, any news from Canada? Recession or no? I don't think so. My family and friends and all, they seem, no one's losing jobs at the very least there. Things seem fine. So it really depends from one country to another. But the more
Canada's credit default swaps have shot up, so that's essentially the CDS market essentially saying that Canada, out of all the G7 nations, Canada has the highest chance for default. Now, I don't think Canada's going to default on their loans, on their sovereign debt, but we're reaching a point now globally where countries are beginning to topple over, right? We're seeing Sri Lanka, Nepal, Pakistan all have sovereign debt crisis. And what you guys need to understand is their debt is someone else's asset. Keep that in mind, okay? If Pakistan defaults on their loans, if Sri Lanka defaults on their loans, some country or some massive hedge fund, etc., is going to have to take those assets on their balance sheet and turn it to zero.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it means, and that's how a crisis starts becoming everyone's problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because we'll fixate as what retail will do is say, hey, Sri Lanka is in trouble, they're going to default on their loans, right? Well, it's going to be bad for them over the long run because they lose reputation, their credit ratings go down, etc. But really, in terms of their financial position, they go from having loans to having no loans, right? Because they defaulted. What's really shitty is the countries who are holding those debt assets, right? Because those are assets on their balance sheet, and they are expecting receivables. Now those receivables turn to zero. That's how things start becoming systemic.
Exactly.
Now, if that country downgrades its balance sheet, right, or it reduces that asset to zero, other rating agencies are going to start reduce that country's ratings in terms of its strength, right? And now because that's how the spreads start increasing, that's how their ratings start going up as well. They start decreasing, etc. It's just
But that's also collateral, right? Yeah. The assets on their sheets can also be used as collateral. Like when they go to take loans, when they have to qualify for something, that's collateral just wiped out to zero. What does that affect? That affects business operations. That affects things like employment, how much they're willing to spend on human resources. There's a lot that gets cut back when shit hits the fan, pretty much, in terms of even developing nations. The world is extremely, extremely globalized right now, right? So all of this is going to have cascading effects. So it really depends. And the thing is that the states, because they have the reserve currency, they're in a pickle of sorts. Why are they in a pickle? Because prices are freaking going up like crazy. I believe it was Florida, where gas prices are like $8. I'm sure people from Florida are probably asleep right now. But it's been ticking up, so that there's no respite on that end. And they got to put up a front in that, okay, they have a control on inflation by, keeping up with the whole tightening agenda of theirs. So you have that, which is also putting pressure on things like the Dixie, right? Then we have developing nations that are almost very, very close to defaulting on their loans. I think Pakistan actually was one of the countries that asked for a bailout from the IMF. What else? Who else? I think there are some countries in Africa that are also in trouble. Ethiopia, there's South Africa, there's some countries in Central and South America as well that are in trouble right now. So there's a lot of like things broiling, and I think if that hits a tipping point of sorts, America can also be sent into a recession. Because once again, all of these markets are entangled. They have international interests in many of these developing nations. So this can edge towards that, unless what's his name? Terry just mentioned something. China stops its lockdown, exports go up. Basically, that's increasing the supply side of economics, right? The supply side economics. And then Russia decides to pull out of Ukraine markets, and I'm sure that will give some respite to oil, right? Oil prices as well. And even if that just starts leveling off, I feel like America would have a bit more firepower. I think things will level off for them, and they can start, maybe easing a bit, even on their tightening agenda. Even easing on the tightening agenda will mean something good for the markets. Right? So at least that's my thought process on this. I think we could very well inch into a recession if we don't see respite in oil. Basically the Russia-Ukraine war, the Fed's tightening policy, as well as the whole China lockdowns. I saw a really interesting Lynn Alden interview where she said that Bitcoin cycles have followed the manufacturing PMI cycle, which is a proxy for liquidity. Neat. And it's a very close correlation. He said he's going to post a chart in the Grove. By the way, guys, if you're not already in the Grove chat, come on out and join the Discord chat. It is themangoway.com/Discord. You will find a link in the description below. And if you guys haven't already hit the likes, how many of you guys are in here? I don't know which number I'm looking at, but anyways, if you're in here and you haven't already smashed the like button, make sure you smash the like button. Let us know that you like these live streams. That way we can come out here every day and give you the good stuff, give you the mango juice. Let's go back on over to the charts. To the charts we go. Did I get my transition right? Did I get my transition right? I don't think so. Let's try that again.
You got to switch on what your chart. Yeah, you got it right.
I got it right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Well done.
Bingo.
Okay, do you want to do altcoins now?
Let's do altcoins. Did you guys, so I gave you guys a reminder today in the Discord chat saying that vote for your favorite altcoin. Do we have the altcoin votes in?
So Morgan, that's a good idea. Let's do that tomorrow though, because I do want to get into the altcoins now, so that way we're not spending too much time here. I mean, that way we don't go beyond schedule. Could you join the Grove if you haven't yet, and just vote for that as an altcoin, like the Dow Jones chart, because I'll be interested in going through that tomorrow too. That's a good idea. So yeah. So no, Kusha, no, we're not gonna take any more new votes for altcoins now, right? So people have to you have to vote before the stream, guys. Otherwise, there's too many altcoins, and it's gonna end up being like yesterday, where we're here for like 2 hours, 15 minutes. So we did get a vote for MATIC, multiple votes for MATIC. Yeah, so MATIC. So let's do this, Kusha. We're gonna do MATIC, BNB. Vote for gods. Easy shorter. You voted for your own. I see what you're doing there, man. No, it doesn't count. Don't cheaters. Aaron and Easy Shorter trying to be sneaky. Both of you. Near gets 2 votes.
Near.
Okay, and there's gonna be 2 losers. Actually no, that's it though. I think we're spending the. We have BNB near. No. Just remove one of the near thingies. Yeah, that's it. We'll just do 3 today, right?
Who is ready to spin the wheel? I should be like a game show host. I'd have so much fun just announcing the games. It's got to be a fun thing.
If we have time, we'll do more.
Let's go. Did I get my transition right? Come on. Chess. It's like Gloria says, chess. I've been watching Modern Family too. I always like doing these reruns, White Collar, Modern Family. Sean's getting me into Boston Legal. So that's a pretty...
That's my favorite show of all time.
That's going to be a neat watch. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready to spin the wheel? And in 3, 2, 1, and spin it. And B and B. Let's do it, guys. B and B. I'm actually really excited for this one. I'm going to say high choice for now. Let's get into the charts. And here we go. BNB, USDT.
Oof, look at that wick. I still like that wick. A pickup, significant.
So one thing that you guys need to know about BNB is that it was, I believe, with reasonable doubt, that it was one of the first coins to start running in the last bear market. This was the coin that ran first, at least first top 3, if not the rank 1. In terms of running, which one ran the first and the hardest. So anyways, BNB on the weekly. Let's get on over to the monthly since we're fortunate enough to have opened a brand new month.
We should start with the dashboard.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Let's start with the dashboard.
Because it's long on the 4-hour and the 12-hour. And the daily is neutral now.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to bring up the dashboard. Let's do a recording of this for people who miss it. Okay, cool. So this is today's BNB, Binance Coin Analysis. We're currently on the dashboard. 12-hour, let's switch on over to the daily time frame first. So BNB, okay, BNB is still neutral on the daily, something to note. So you said the 4-hour turn long, Sean? Okay, so 4-hour actually gave us a bullish long signal 2 days ago. BNB BTC still short, and you're up by a good 2.76%, which is telling us that Bitcoin actually has been leading this move. Pretty cool. How about the 12-hour? 12 hours also long. Okay. This came in 1.4 days ago. And also Bitcoin once again leading this move up. Alrighty, so the dashboard is giving us those turning signals on the lower time frames. So let's go and see what the chart has to say. Chart. Cool beans. This is the monthly. We opened a brand new month, of course.
The monthly looks really good, but actually looks really good. That level could be the buy opportunity.
Where would you draw on your support? I think it's a pretty thick range, if anything. You know, we have one at 302, which I'm basically looking at the candle body closes right here, closes and opens. I'm just gonna reduce the size of this. Okay, cool. So we have one at 302, and I'd say we have one right here at around 255. But that is that's the zone of support. It's a pretty freaking thick ass zone of support, but it's that right there. But we closed over it, so which is pretty good. Now, question is, do we actually see a tap into the zone once again before we actually see a lift off? You know what I mean? So tap into the zone and then lift off back to the top of the range at 356. I think this is going to depend entirely on what Bitcoin does here. Now remember, I usually find that it all moves together. It's just the magnitude of the moves that sort of varies. I think, and this range is what? This is going to be from where price is at right now. Let's go and just look at that. That's still a good 13% to the upside on the range, right? How do you like this monthly picture? Are you seeing something that I perhaps am not seeing?
No, not really. Just that pickup on the monthly is one of the strongest after Monero, I think, right? Or actually might be the strongest. It's stronger than Monero too. If you're just looking at the monthly. Let's look at the weekly Ichimoku. Ooh, okay. Every week has closed above that zone, Krisha. That's really interesting. Every single week has closed above that zone. So closing back, and there you go. Your horizontal lines up with the bottom of the cloud. So closing weekly candles into the cloud is going to probably signal the first, it's going to line up with the Tenkin too. Look at your Tenkin lining up perfectly with the horizontal. Yeah. You see that?
Yeah.
So the Tenkin's likely going to come down lower, line up with the Ichimoku. That's going to be resistance level. If we can reclaim that, I'm looking for a move to the top of the cloud, maybe the Kijun. And then you trade this like how you trade Bitcoin. If you see the Tenkin and Kijun cross again bullish and price living above the Tenkin Kijun, right?
So you're basically looking for something like this. If we manage to take it back, then likely going to go up and have that clean C-span trade.
Yeah, but then that's going to be a rejection, probably back into the cloud, right? Again, we're trying to forecast how things may move. Yeah, I want to see the Tenkin cross above the Kijun. The Tenkin cross above the Kijun. Could you draw that out for them?
Yeah.
Right.
Tenkin cross.
I don't think it's going to be that aggressive. It's going to happen likely into a little bit more flat. But yeah, you guys get the idea. And price living above both. That's when it's likely going to start trending aggressively. But this is BNB. It does start moving in really sporadic movements. So keep an eye out for that too. Yeah. I just don't think we clear the Kijun on the first attempt. That's all.
You don't? Okay, that's fair enough. And I want to see if, so just to one last thing on this chart, I think this will give us a bit of edge in terms of do we see confluence on that play, right? I'm going to say this. Let's draw that out. Seems to be like a falling channel or a falling wedge right there. Now let's go ahead and put that cloud back on. Where do we see it? Okay, I think this lines up more with the cloud level, cloud resistance overhead, than the Kijun. But if we break and we break with sufficient volume, I think that this could, at the very least, go up to the $508 region. Yeah, Kijun to 508. I think that's going to be the play. But so far, BNB sitting on support. I think that the bulls on the shorter time frames have this one. On the monthly time frame, we're still in sort of bearish territory, so we'll still have to wait for the structure to turn for us to anticipate the next run up. Okay, something significant. So yeah, this is BNB. Sean, are you ready to move on over to the next coin? Are you guys ready? Sounds like a type of seafood. What are you guys talking about? Pivots and Camarella. What is that? What's pivots and with Camarella? Let's go on to the wheel. To the wheel we go. Did I get it right? Come on. I feel like it's lagging extra today, so I just don't know if I have it right. Okay, there we go. It's right. So now we have Near and MATIC. Let's spin it. Sean, let's spin it. And spin, 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 spin.
MATIC. Oh, no.
You were near. Okay, high choice. I mean, then again, it's only one right after, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and check out near. Okay, sorry, I had a recording going on. All right, to the charts we go. Let's go ahead, pull up near USDT. Okay, I say we start off with the dashboard again. Okay, and let's do near on this. Sorry guys, I'm a bit fuzzy with this. All right, so near USDT on the dashboard. Let's start off with the daily time frame. Okay, so near USDT is short equals bearish on the daily time frame. This came in 26 days ago. Holy smokes, man. Like, what a freaking trade. How many of you caught the near trade based on the dashboard? Anyone have any of you been trading near recently?
And it's bounced since then, by the way. It's bounced a good...
and to think that you're still... It's bounced
a good 25% already. So.
You're still at 47%. So this has been freaking volatile as hell, that means, okay? So you're still like 47% in the green if you still manage to catch that short position. The Bitcoin near against Bitcoin as well is also short, telling us that, hey, Bitcoin is outperforming on the bullish side of things. So near, how about the 4-hour time frame, the lower time frames? Okay, so we did get a long bullish trend signal 2 days ago, but notice the volatility on this, eh? The volatility right now is, now this will be cool to see if we're approaching resistance or something, but near USDT, the volatility is flashing like this bright freaking red at 82, telling us that this might start cooling off a bit, and if you're looking to take another long position, perhaps wait. Near Bitcoin as well, also long. Sean, near looks like it's turning.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Okay, let's go ahead and check out the charts. Let's go ahead and check out the charts. Start off with the monthly. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you see that monthly is disgusting.
No. No, guys, this is not a bullish chart. You know, if we just take this, okay, I think that's the proper region of resistance that we have overhead. And this also ties back to the 4-hour time frame that we just looked at, where it gave us a bullish sign, right? It's got a long signal on it. However, the volatility is flashing red, telling us that there's a good chance that, you know, likely approaching resistance. And what do you know? I think this is a key resistance that comes in at $6.17. And we usually see these lines cascade on over to the lower time frames, right?
So if you look at the 2-day 10 SMA,
2-day 10.
right?
Oh,
So
boom.
the bots and algos are clearly selling into that 2-day 10 SMA. You can see a clear rejection there. When's the next 2-day candle closing? I believe in
2nd June, tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow, right?
Right.
If you can close above that, that'd be a first signal that, hey, you know what, maybe this may want to turn. And then you'll see the 12-hour and the daily also flip long on the dashboard probably. So keep an eye out for that. But just being long on the 4-hour right now is not enough when it's broken structure on the monthly the way it has. I want to see close above that horizontal on the 2-day time frame.
Yeah. So $6.18.
Yeah, your
right?
monthly horizontal essentially. If you close above that, then yeah, we could test the 21 EMA, but again, there are better charts to be playing. Like BNB look good, right?
Yeah.
BNB look better. Play the strength right now.
Yeah, don't get too sort of caught up in one chart. Make sure you're picking the right charts, because especially if you're looking to play the ranges, I mean, just in and out, right? So yeah, I think near, guys, resistance overhead, so be careful if you're looking to take a long. We'd only consider a long on this if we start breaking $6.24 on the 2-day time frame to the upside. And to break means 2 confirmed candle body closes. Okay, 2 confirmed closes would initiate a break. So that's what we'll be looking at. But right now, guys, things are leaning more on the bearish end for near. Next region of support on this only comes in my opinion, at around $4.79.
Cool.
That's the range. Cool beans. Cool beans. Alrighty. So now next coin is MATIC. Are we ready for MATIC? Let's do one on MATIC. I'm going to switch on over. Near, and now MATIC. Alright, so this is the MATIC analysis. Dashboard 4-hour. Let's start off with the daily first. Daily, guys, is still on the bearish side. Okay, so the trend has not changed on the daily time frame. Things are still looking bearish here. In fact, if you took a short position, you're still up on that trade by a good 54%. Volatility is low. Okay, volatility is low. How about the 4-hour time frame? Is this swinging more towards the previous altcoin that we did, which was near? MATIC USDT on the 4-hour time frame long. Okay. Yeah, you're up on your trade. However, notice the volatility, guys, once again flashing red. When you see that, for those of you who have access to the dashboard, there's a free version of as well, so you guys can go ahead and toggle around with that. But for those of you who are actually looking at the volatility, know that when you see this, always look towards the chart and ask yourself, is there resistance overhead? Okay, especially when you're seeing a long trend and volatility flashing red, get on over to the chart and look to see if there is resistance overhead, because that's essentially going to tell you where price might get rejected. Okay, so right now MATIC USDT flashing 63. I think the bulls could take this baby up a little more before they give in. But yeah, look towards that. Let's get on over to the chart, Sean. Are you seeing anything on MATIC? Let's go ahead, filter out MATIC. MATIC. Wow. As you guys can see, I've been looking at this chart. Let me get rid of all my scribbles. Scribble. Okie dokes.
So just relative to Neo, you can only see that it's better because the 2-day 10 SMA is kind of cleaned, right? At least temporarily, showing some strength over there. People are looking to bid this up a bit.
Yeah.
Right? So let's see if it closes above, closing tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we want the 2-day 10 SMA to start curling underneath price, okay? Then price can make its way up to the 21 EMA, and then we want to see eventually the 10 SMA, 2-day 10 SMA, curl above the 21 EMA as well. So we wanted to go in that direction. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime quickly, but we will see volatility in the lower time frames leading to tests of those levels. But the real bullish structure is when the 10 SMA crosses the 21 EMA. Very, very simple.
I want to check the monthly as well, guys. I think MATIC is a strong coin, at least one that I'm looking at. Polygon, project that I'm looking at, and if I get the right opportunity, I might look to accumulate on this one for an altcoin bag. But I'll let you guys know. No operations have started just yet. Monthly time frame. Okay, $1.37 is that key sort of resistance as far as support is concerned. My goodness me. We're looking at, yeah, did pretty well actually on support at 63 cents. 63 cents on the monthly time frame. Back on over to the weekly, sorry, the 2-day, my bad. 2-day, and yeah, I think Sean is right in terms of the 10 SMA play, so look for that. You want to see the 10 SMA hold on the 2-day. Now this closes not tomorrow, but today. We have a brand new candle tomorrow. So look for this to actually maintain that 10 SMA as support. If it does do that, then I'll be looking for likely continuation to the upside. This is not confirmed, guys. Okay, we need 2 consecutive closes over this to get that bullish confirmation to the upside. So far, we only have 1. How about the 4-hour time frame very, very quickly? Do we have anything on here? And yeah, look at that. That's weak, you know, when you see stuff like that. Like this is, which is the coin that we just covered that had a beautiful green cloud? It was Bitcoin, I think. Yeah, Bitcoin had a green cloud coin that we just covered.
Actually, I'm not too it's not too bad, is what I'm trying to say. Like over here on the 4-hour, this does have potential to suddenly bounce. If it does claim the 10 SMA from here, it doesn't look like it wants to at the moment. Let's say we bounce off that juncture of the 21 EMA 10 yen. This is a play. We clear the 10 SMA. I think we go to the top of the cloud and take profit would be somewhere around there, especially if the 200 moving average comes to the top of the cloud. So there's a long play there. If we close above the 10 SMA, there's a long play there.
It's around a 12% move to the upside. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. So 10 SMA, look for the 10 SMA, and once again, confluence with the region of support, I guess, in the monthly time frame, which comes in at around 66 cents.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the that's the analysis on MATIC.
Alrighty. So that's
Sean is getting tapped out. Sean, are you tapping out? If this was a WWE match, would you be tapping out?
I'd be tapping out.
He'd be tapping out, guys. Alrighty, let me get back on over to the chat. Back on over to Bitcoin first. Daddy of all. Bitcoin getting rejected on the 4-hour 10. I'm going to do this. Cool beans. ETH. Bharat, you gotta vote on the, if you want your altcoin to be covered in the live streams, you're gonna have to vote on the Discord chat. So that is at themangoway.com/Discord, and you'll find a link to the chat in the description below. From now on, guys, the votes happen before the live stream. Dread mining echo, is it still there? Yeah, I don't know what to do. We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
Really annoying. Okay, so we'll wrap up here now, and then we'll try to fix the.
Yeah, we're gonna fix the echo for tomorrow, so hopefully this does not persist. Yeah, we'll try our best.
We have to do some research on how to set up 2 mics in the same room without echo.
Yeah, if you guys know
something we're doing wrong.
Yeah, if you guys know how to sort of go about this, let us know. That'd be much appreciated. But okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. We're cutting it. I mean, it's been.
Mark, could you send a link to the Discord link isn't working, by the way. We deactivated it yesterday.
Why?
So, because we had a bot raid. So could Mark set up a temporary 10 people or just do a 100 person invite link?
Freaking bots. That's when you know that things haven't cooled off as much, right? In a way. Damn bots. Camarilla.
There we go. Yeah, so you use that link, guys. Mark just posted the link. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream.
Yes, sir. And with this,
we'll solve the echo issue.
We'll solve it. We'll solve it.
And hopefully I'll have some more energy.
Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, smash that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel and you want to join us on these live streams, you want to join the Mango fam, make sure to subscribe to the channel, that way you know when the mango juice is out. And with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Peace!